Most people think building a custom home is just about finding a good contractor. Wrong. A successful custom home requires a team of specialists, each with specific expertise that's critical to your project success. I've built hundreds of custom homes over 15 years. The difference between projects that go smoothly and projects that become disasters isn't luck. It's having the right team members in the right roles at the right time. Most homeowners have no idea who these people are or what they do. Then they wonder why their project has problems, delays, and cost overruns. I'm going to show you exactly who needs to be on your custom home team, what each person does, and how they work together to deliver your dream home. Because understanding your team is the first step to getting the results you want. The architect, your vision translator. The architect is your vision translator. They take your ideas, lifestyles, and budget constraints and turn them into buildable plans. Good architects don't just draw pretty pictures. They understand structural requirements, building codes, site constraints, and how spaces actually function for a daily living. That's the difference between a good architect and a bad architect, right? The bad ones draw in the air while we have to build on earth. They coordinate with the engineers to ensure that the structure is sound. They work with designers to ensure the aesthetics. They communicate with contractors to ensure plans are buildable. Bad architects create beautiful drawings. They can't be built within your budget or don't work on how you actually live. I've seen architects design gorgeous kitchens with no storage, master suites with no privacy, and open concepts that don't work for families with teenagers. The right architect asks, what do you plan to do with your house? What are your lifestyles? Then they create spaces that support how you actually plan to live. The structural engineer ensures your homes won't fall down. Sounds basic, but more complex than you think, especially in Houston. They analyze soil conditions, design foundations that work with our expansive clay. They calculate load requirements for your specific designs. They specify materials and connections that meet code requirements. They also solve problems with architect designs, something that looks great but isn't structurally sound. I had projects where the architect wanted a 20-foot span with no support columns. Beautiful concept, but impossible without massive steel beams that would blow their budget. The structural engineer redesigned the support system to achieve the open field while staying within a budget and code requirements. Good structural engineers find solutions. Bad ones just say, can't be done. Interior designers, your lifestyle creator. The interior designer makes your house feel like a home. They understand how colors, textures, lighting, and furniture work together to create the atmosphere you want. But good designers do more than just make things pretty. They understand traffic flow, storage needs, and how different family members use spaces. They coordinate with the architects on built-in features. They work with contractors on electrical and lighting plans. They manage material selections and delivery schedules. They also prevent expensive mistakes. I've seen homeowners select beautiful tile that's impossible to maintain or furniture that doesn't fit their doorways. The right designer balances aesthetics with functionality and keeps you within your budget and while achieving your vision. Your project manager, your coordination commander. The project manager is the conductor of your construction orchestra. They coordinate all the moving parts to ensure everything happens in the right sequence at the right time. They schedule subcontractors, coordinate material deliveries, manage inspections, and solve problems before they become crisis. Good project managers communicate constantly. You know what's happening, when it's happening, and what to expect next. They also protect your interests. When problems arise, and they always do, the project manager advocates for your solutions that serve the best interests. Bad project management is why projects go over budget and behind schedule. When nobody's coordinating the details, everything falls apart. Your subcontractors, your skilled specialists. Subcontractors are the skilled specialists who actually build your home. Electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians, tile installers, painters, each bring specific expertise. The quality of your subcontractors directly determine the quality of the finished home. Great subs take pride in their work and solve problems proactively. But managing subcontractors is an art. They need clear direction, proper scheduling, and quality materials to do their best work. I've built relationships with some of the best contractors in Houston over the last 13 years. They know my standards, understand my process, and deliver consistent quality. When you hire a contractor, you're really hiring their subcontractor network. Make sure they work with the best. The general contractor, your project quarterback. The general contractor is your project quarterback. They're responsible for coordinating all team members, managing the overall timeline, and delivering your finished home. Good general contractors don't just manage, they lead. They set quality standards, solve problems, and ensure everyone is working towards the same goal. They also protect you from complexity of construction. You shouldn't have to manage relationships with a dozen different specialists. The right general contractor has a system for communications, quality control, and problem resolution. They make the complex process feel manageable. At Iconic, we don't just coordinate the team, we curate it. Every team member is chosen for their expertise, reliability, and commitment to quality. How the team works together. Here's how a successful team actually functions. The architect creates plans that the engineer approves structurally. The designer specifies material that the contractor can install within your budget. The project manager schedules everything so work flows smoothly. When problems arise, the team collaborates on a solution instead of pointing fingers. Everyone understands their role and how it affects others. Communication flows through the general contractor to avoid confusion and conflicting directions. That's why we ask homeowners to only contact us, because we don't want to cause any confusion. Regular team meetings ensures everyone stays aligned on goals, timeline, and quality standards. Your role as the homeowner. Your role is to be an informed client, not a project manager. You provide vision, make decisions when needed, and trust your team to execute. Good teams keep you informed without overwhelming you with details. They present options when decisions are needed and explain the implication of each choice. They also educate you about the process so you understand what's happening and why. Your job is to choose the right team, communicate your vision clearly, and let them do what they do best. Building a custom home is a team sport. The quality of your team determines the quality of your experience and your finished home. If you're planning a custom home in Houston, we'd love to introduce you to our team. We spent years building relationships with some of the best architects, engineers, designers, and subcontractors in the area. Drop a comment with questions about any of these team roles. What do you like to know more about? And if you're ready to start building your dream home with a team that works together seamlessly, check out our website or give us a call, because the right team doesn't just build your house, they make the entire experience enjoyable and stress-free.